Yo, what's going on, guys? Gonna be showing you the best build on Master Yi right now. It has around a 71% win rate, and that is to rush Shield Bow into Infinity Edge with a Green Jungle item. The combination of Green Jungle item plus Shield Bow gives you a crazy amount of tankiness. It's hilarious because Shield Bow is Master Yi's best mythic right now, but it's not even recommended. It's still recommending Jack, even though it's been turbo nerfed for bruisers, and bruisers no longer take it. Anyways, Shield Bow, Infinity Edge, very strong. Shield Bow makes you tanky, and you can get Infinity Edge second item because Riot decided, you know what? We want people to rush its second item. They can get its full effect value because you no longer need 60% crit anymore. It's just 40% total. Very spicy. For our runes, we have Lethal Tempo, Triumph, Alacrity, Coup de Grace. You can go for Last Stand. That's totally fine. You have a pretty big front line, though. Then we have Eyeball Collection, Treasure Hunter, Attack Speed 80, and Armor. Coup de Grace is better for ganks. Last Stand's usually better for team fights. We're going to start with our Q. Master Yi has pretty solid base damage early on for fighting people, and he has amazing base movement speed at 355. It's the highest in the game. However, ganking people, if you can't come up deep behind them, is kind of impossible on Yi, since he lacks really high mobility, like necessarily a Rammus speed up or a Hecarim speed up, Kha'Zix jump. He doesn't have that. All he has is his Q jump, which is good, but if you're having to use it to get to people in the first place, odds are the gank is not going to be successful. Ideally, you want to be able to lead into fights with your auto attacks, put the pressure on them, and then Q when you can no longer reach them with your autos. You can also use your Q to dodge dragon autos, turret shots, enemy abilities, those type of things. Master Yi's W is very similar. You can mitigate damage heavily. It's 90% damage reduct for the first half a second, and then 90% damage reduct for the last half a second when you cancel it. Plus, it's 40% damage reduction for the remainder of the duration. We're going to get another point in our Q for the better clear. We already worded our opposite side to make sure you weren't getting cheesed. As long as you take Ignite, there's not a single jungler who can invade you and solo you. Not even a Warwick would be able to pull that off against a Master Yi. Auto attack into Q. Whenever you Q, it puts your E on... it pauses it, so you're not wasting its duration. You can choose which side you want to come out of on people with your Q. You want to mix it up against enemy champions, but usually you're going to lean towards cutting off their escape route with your Q. So you'll typically be putting yourself behind them, or at least angled that way if you don't want to go truly behind them. Auto attack in the Q. He has a decent full clear in terms of HP and in terms of speed. Even though we're low HP right now, once we meditate, we'll be back to full. Meditate heals you more the lower on health you are. So we can meditate, pop potion. We finish our full clear around 315. By the time our meditate's done, it's around 320-ish. Meditate's a very short cooldown as well. It starts going on cooldown from when you first start using it. So literally full health for Scuttle fight with Ignite. Not a single jungler who can solo us in this situation. Yeah, these guys are coming to troll me. Auto attack into the Q on the Lux. Got her with my Ignite. Gonna meditate this. And I am gonna die. It's a 1-for-1, not a great trade. Looks like Cass might actually die here as well, unfortunately, from the Nautilus roam. It is what it is. I had no clue Nautilus was coming. I also didn't realize Urgot had gotten there so quickly. Other than that, it was a really good fight for us because we had level advantage on Wukong. Wukong also can't solo us, plus we have the Ignite, so we double down, can't solo us. Cass can solo the Lux or the Wukong. Very easy 2v2, only swung in their favor because they had 4 people and we had 2 people. Is what it is. Auto attack into Q. On the bright side, we didn't fall behind on it since we had done a full clear first. It's allowing us to not really miss out on any gold or XP because we can do Krugs, Wraps, and continue the full clear. That's why Master Yi always full clears. He's super gold reliant champion. Level 6 is a huge power spike, and his first item is a huge power spike. Getting creep blocked here so hard I can't move. Your W is an auto attack resetter. You can use that mainly against champions because you'll also be blocking damage from them most likely if they're hitting you. Against monsters, you don't typically do that, just in case an enemy champion shows up. But if you did, you could just auto W auto just like that. Like I said, if the enemy champion shows up, you would like to have your meditate to deal with them. Wukong ends up going bot side. He has Sheen. He's actually getting quite fed now. 2 kills. We could go gank Urgot. Fior's pretty tough. We'll go top lane here in a moment. Get all of our health back real quick and head up there. Jungle item gives you all the mana you need. Most junglers don't need any form of mana regen because of jungle item. We're kind of waiting to gank right now. Anyways, might as well meditate back up. Doesn't seem to be warded. Fior needs to trade with this guy heavily. He's beating the fudge out of her though. Yeah, she got absolutely creamed by him. That wasn't even close. Go and smite that, get that pushed in. We can look for our reset. Red buff up in 20. We freshly took these camps, so there's no reason to stick around in this area. I'm assuming Wukong's top side. I can't help this Fior. From what I just saw, Urgot's gonna kill her before I can kill him. It's not worth my time to gank that. She's gonna have to play it real slow and slowly poke him down with Q Sheen procs, and even then she might die here still. Parry the R, very nice. Lux is pushing up mid. I'll get level 6 off red buff. Look for the Lux. Wukong goes top side. So is Nautilus. Another roam out of Nautilus. Although they didn't need him there. It's pretty funny. Leona probably needs to start roaming. Want to kill Lux. The thing is her Nautilus and Wukong are in that area. Makes it dangerous. Lux is rotating to this. Nautilus is also in the area. Are we really going to let her take this? Dodge her snare. I'm going to walk her down. She's literally dead. We queued close distance. We can no longer reach her with autos. Focus the Nautilus since Wukong's underneath his turret. Very nice. And that's Dragon. Master Yi in a nutshell. Level 6 win the game. Full clear gank, level 6 win. Lux greeted super hard for that ward. I got a lucky juke on that snare. If I didn't juke the snare, we wouldn't have died or anything because we have meditate. But obviously we wouldn't have gotten multiple kills. We would have had to just back off at that point. You can dodge dragon autos, turret shots with your Q. Also mitigate with your W as well. So you're essentially dodging 2 shots effectively. This is a bad situation. I don't have R, and Leona doesn't have R, so it doesn't make a lot of sense. I'm going to continue my full clear and play around my R cooldown. There's nothing to do bot side. We'll reset when we can afford full shield bow. No reason to back before that when we're so close to having it. Wukong, ooh, what's going on over here? Auto attack into Q. Couldn't quite get off my Q. I still have it. Nice. That Ashar was huge. They greeted super hard with the Leona there. Nautilus is incredibly squishy. He went for mobility boots. He doesn't really have any HP or armor. I would like to find a gank here with my R. I'm not going to use my Q because the camp's almost dead and I want to gank. I'm not seeing Lux though, so I'm going to go ahead and continue my full clear. Maybe kill Urgot if he stays for plates. Keep an eye on him. Yep, he's staying. We'll go kill him. We have 355 base movement speed, so even though we don't have boots, we're still as fast or faster than most champions who do have boots. Urgot's only moving 330. We're 25 movement speed up on him. Boots give 25 movement speed, so yeah, it's literally like we have boots advantage on him just because Master Yi's base movement speed's insane. It's not warded. We'll walk him down here. Oh yeah, he's in trouble. Got him with smite and R. I did Q kind of early, but it should turn out. Used my W's in auto reset. He almost killed me just because that's how good Urgot is early on. Freaking wild, man. Since I'm faster than him, even if he flashed away, we would have still been able to run him down over that distance and auto him to death. For those of you asking, well, why did I use my Q so early? It's because I could get away with it in that given situation. little bit nervous. Okay, Wukong's bot side. I was nervous because Lux went missing and I didn't know where Wukong was there for a moment. It's making me really nervous for a second there. It's wild how low of a cooldown Master Yi Meditate is on. Super low. I just killed my bot lane. The correct procedure here would be to take Herald. However, I have enough for shield bow. If I didn't have enough for shield bow, I would probably stay. The inherent risk is Urgot has lane prio, so starting Herald without Fiora there is somewhat risky, especially without items. Team is very physical damage heavy. We'll go for plated, and then we'll continue our 71% win rate build of shield bow into Infinity Edge, because Riot thought it would be a good idea to let you go Infinity Edge second item. Mastery crit plays off really well from his Q, does bonus damage off a crit, and of course his auto attack spam from passive and R as well do quite nicely with it. After Infinity Edge, you'll usually look for a Bork if they're tanky, which they are. If they're not tanky, you'll go for Collector. They are very tanky, however, with the Urgot and Nautilus primarily. Cass is trying to kite it out. She gets hit by Luxar. Feels bad for her. I'll use my sweeper here in a moment. Make sure these bushes aren't warded. I want to kill this Lux. Not going to use my Q because the camp's almost dead, and I want to gank. That bush isn't warded. Fiora's probably dead? Question mark? Yeah, she's probably dead. Lux doesn't even have boots. Yeah, she's tanking the turret. She had nowhere to juke to. I had her fully cut off. It's kind of hilarious. It did cost us an R. I think it's worth though. Urgot's pretty low. I can go pressure him if I don't really want him to get full turret here. Alright, don't mind if I do. Thanks for the plants. I don't know where Wukong is, otherwise I'd fight that 1v2. Alright, he's bot side. I could have kept pushing there. It could go bad in theory because Urgot is pretty big. Especially if Nautilus has exhaust. Master Yi R, when it's active, makes you immune to attack speed and movement speed slows. Since I don't have my R, if I got Nautilus exhausted in CC, Urgot might actually be able to kill me if he lands everything. I'll play red buff into Dragon here. I don't need to back, although a pickaxe is nice. Red buff level 6 should be enough to fight for this. Cass is... I got my Q down to dodge the Lux snare. Now Nautilus is in trouble. Got the Q attached. I should have meditated that. I thought my Q would be up in time. It was still like an 1/8 of a second. Couldn't use it. Mastery is insanely good at punishing people overextending. Auto attack into Q. We have the most gold in the game. Perfect spot to be in on Yi. As long as you're not super far behind, you'll be fine once you're level 6 and up. Because you're not always going to get kills like this early on. You might get 1 or 2. These enemies are playing particularly aggressive, leaving Ezreal lane by himself while Nautilus roams around the map. I can't get over there in time. It's just too much. When you see how they're positioned, I'm not going to be able to get truly in on them. And look at their items. Gold spent. Wukong has more gold spent than me right now with Divine and Tiamat. So if I try to force in there when my support's already almost dead, by the time I get there, she'll be dead. And then now after the 1v3 full HP people, it's not a good idea. I'll nearly kill one of them at best, and then I'll die. And even if I killed 2 of them, which would never happen in that situation, it wouldn't be worth it. Because at most I get 600 gold off them, and they'll get 1,000 from killing me. So you gotta think about it logically, not just see a kill and chase it. I'm gonna stop him from taking turret, and I'm also gonna grab these minions. Nice. Now we can reset. I don't want to path through 2 dead camps to clear up for the full clear. I'm already sitting on a lot of gold. Can back and get huge chunks. Nearly get the whole thing there. I almost have jungle item finish. That's a huge power spike. So level 6 is the power spike, shield bow is the power spike, and then your jungle item finishing are really your biggest power spikes. Getting the extra shield and tenacity goes a long way. If they don't kill you fast enough on Master Yi, you kill them all. You get your resets from kills and assists off your R passive. The enemies are chilling in this area. I do not want to give this to Cass. She's dying too much. She also has a fudge load of mana. Tier plus Rod. She probably also has mana flow in her runes and even maybe Presence of Mind in the precision tree for more mana. Should die, right? My jungle monster stopped attacking it. My jungle friend is supposed to attack twice after you're done hitting, but he just completely stopped there. Going all in on Fiora. I'm not over there. I can't get there in time. I'm not going to walk over there. Them killing Fiora doesn't necessarily do anything, though. My bot lane kind of needs to rotate to the Urgot now. Got with the smite. Auto Q. I'm behind her. That turret hits hard, dude. I got the Urgot TP. I don't want him to hit me with a long range R. I'm gonna keep running. I'm pretty low on health here. Got her flashed with the Q attach. I'm able to finish her off. Very nice. Being able to choose where you come out of them on Mastery is a super important change they made 6 months ago. Massive buff for them. Because skill shot champions before that could automatically hit you with their skill shot as you come out of Q. They would time it. Because Mastery Q used to always put you from the direction that you queued them from slightly. So if you killed them from here, you'd just be like right in front of them from that same exact direction, and they could just time it and hit you with everything for free. So yeah, it's a huge deal. Champions like Lux, you can't hit me with snare by default just by timing it. And if they do it frame perfect, you can't even flash out of the way if you have flash. But since you can choose which side you come out of on, people who are aware of that, they usually hold on to their skill shot because they don't want to risk missing it. And it lets you get off many more auto attacks before it can travel and hit you. And those auto attacks are usually enough to kill them, particularly if they're squishy. It's very high damage, Lux. She's just sitting there letting the E simmer on me. What a butthole. That was smart of her. Smart, but only so effective. They're on top of my Cass. I'd like to go for the Nautilus there. They're too deep underneath their turret, though. I'll go smash their control ward. Actually, I'll go for the Ezreal. Ashe can solo him. Ashe is like behind minions. Ezreal can't land Qs. His main source of damage. Cass pop. Yeah, the game's over. Cass just killed 2 of them 1v2. Even though the kills are close, Fiora doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if she gets any kills. As long as she pushes wave and forces someone to show up. That's all the value we need out of her. We're at nearly 380, 18 minutes in. Very balanced. The decent chunk of self-healing as well. This is one of the hardest dragons for mastery in the super early game, since it auto attacks so quickly. You can't really dodge a meaningful amount of its autos or mitigate with W. So on this one, a lot of times you don't even bother. It hits you with so many machine gun autos. You can only dodge or block 20% of them versus 50 to 80% of the other ones, depending on how fast your attack speed is to get your Q back up. Ooh, these guys want a boogie, huh? Now they're backing up. I'll go for their blue buff. Definitely looking like a Borknex item into possibly a Bloodthirster. You can even go for a Black Cleaver on Master Yi in a game like this. I really don't want to give it to Cass, but she's playing decent now. Ezreal's throwing out abilities here. I don't know if it's warded. They killed Fiora again. It doesn't matter though. They can perma-kill her, like I said, as long as she goes back and keeps pushing and forces someone to show up. They're going to have trouble with their Melee heavy comp, Nautilus, Wu, Urgot getting on top of the cask, her big vomit pile, and her R. Will make it very challenging for them. Hey Raptors, auto into Q. Thank you very much, Poop Kong. Appreciate it. Oh, he's chasing me. Alright. Wukong R's IR. Wukong R because it gives him extra movement speed. IR because it gives me extra movement speed. Both of our R's are high impact. Since I'm ahead, it's probably higher value for him to get my R out and to waste his R to do it. It's probably a good trade for him to make. Yeah, we need Bork. More attack speed goes a long way. Will let us cut through the Nautilus and Urgot rather quickly. Wukong's going to be stacking up a lot of health here as well. Looks like he's getting some kind of HP armor item soon. Or maybe it's a Death's Dance, perhaps. Yeah, it's a Death's Dance, most likely. Ezreal pushing the bot lane. Fiora should be able to solo him, actually, with Plated versus Lucids. She's the same level as him. The enemies are nervous to group. They're not sure if they should. Enough team fight. I'll probably go for the Ezreal. I can't really go for Lux. Her Zhonya's will time me out. So if I put all my abilities and attacks on her and she's Zhonya's, she'll time out my R and then I won't be able to get my resets. Probably need to go for somebody else unless she's already wasted. Zhonya's are super low. Hey, Wukong. I'll be taking these, buddy. And it didn't quite pan out for me. I took a lot of damage there. Looking back on items, Wukong's a full item and a half. Ezreal's a full item and a half. I'm only 2 items. That's rough, man. Took about 1,000 damage from each. I need a Bork pretty badly here. They're kind of tanky in a way with HP armor and HP on the Ezreal plus dash. My team definitely lacks a definitive front line. Fiora is not a front liner. She's a split pusher. They're all going to die on Baron here. They can't do Baron like this. Wukong doesn't even have R. Cass is going to kite these guys out like crazy. Yep. If Wukong had R, that probably would have been fine, to be honest, but Wukong no R means he can't just go in and knock everybody up and do a bunch of immediate damage. We'll take Baron into Dragon, play for Salt. Nice try from the Ezreal. I'll be taking this. The Red Muff might be up as well. Yep, Red Buff's probably up. Oh man, it's not RIP. Don't really need Krogs, but I want them. Me and Wukong both went green jungle item. For champions that get in there and scrap down to the death, it's hard to outcompete the green one. Red one I find is often for pokey champs a lot of the times, like Gragas jungles. Red's really good. Blue's good for the champions who just need movement speed, kind of like Hecarim. And then green, it's for the all-in. They're not going to back out of the fight type of thing. So you don't have the options you feel like you have. The meta is solidified to where, for the most part, every jungler just has one true best option. Hey, Ezreal, I get the attachment. R for the extensions. Yeah, I don't want to follow that. Wukong's doing a lot of damage. Substantial amount. You can pause your ultimate with your W. Our ultimate was about to end. Didn't have much longer on it. Once we get Bork, we're pretty much full build. Everything after that situational. Whether you go for a Bloodthirster or Collector. All right. I'd say we're full build here. We didn't build any HP items, so Lord Doms is actually pretty freaking solid. Pretty good option. The way it functions is if they have more HP than you, ideally more than 2000 HP, you deal 25% bonus physical damage against champions. So against the Urgot, who's mega stacking HP, and against Wukong, who has an HP item, Nautilus HP item, Ezreal HP item, all doing bonus damage against all of them. Plus, crit 80, armor penetration. It's a nice thing about this build. You don't have any HP with it, but you're still tanky because the shield bow shield. My R is on cooldown. Ideally need to wait 10 seconds. Ashe R hits, but they're underneath turret, so let's go for this one here. My teammates are forcing a fight underneath 2 of their turrets against a Lux. If Lux hits 1 snare as we go in for the dive, we're all gonna die. I can't get over there in time, even if I R over there. If you're scrapping it out. Hey, friend. Auto attacking the Q. Meditate to pause our R. And that should be GG's. Pretty solid game overall. Most frustrating part was when they 4-man collapsed on us in top river on Scuttle fight. All in all, Master Yi's a beast, guys. Super scary champion. Can pick him against anything as long as your team has some form of a front line. Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to part 2. Up against a Shaco this time. They seem to know that I'm here. Kind of annoying. She's just gonna keep spraying her nonsense into the bush. Does that not cost her any mana? She can just spray that for free? Oh my goodness. It's kind of wild. You would think that would have some kind of mana cost. Anyway, same rune setup. Lethal Tempo, Triumph with the Alacrity Coup de Grace. You can go for Last Stand. I didn't want to, though. I have a Taric. Looks like my team's going to get first blood. That's nasty, dude. Same build setup. We're going to be going Shield Bow into an Infinity Edge. Now, you can go for Shield Bow, Bork Infinity Edge. That also works. I would only do that if their team's super tanky early on, and they're not. They don't have any tank. So this game's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be Shield Bow, Infinity Edge, Collector, and they're going to get pooped on. I might even go Shield Bow into Collector, then Infinity Edge, actually. That'd be a whole lot of fun because they're so squishy. We'll see. Auto attack in the Q. Monster can auto us in Alpha because Riot goofed up this jungle season. Can't really cancel monster auto attacks very well this season, at least not consistently. And gonna continue the full clear. I warded my opposite side because of the Shaco. Shaco's full clear is not full clear, but Shaco's clear typically is red buff into Raptors, then Krugs. So we'll see how that goes. He doesn't necessarily invade enemies on their blue buff as much this season. Since you take enemy jungle camps 20% slower than your own, it's a big handicap to just walk in here and start trying to farm enemy camps. So I'm not too worried about that. I'm more worried about him through camp into an invading me. That would be very annoying. Would prefer not to deal with that. Trying to reset on me. Very cool. Yeah, Shaco is topside right now. I would like to get a point in my W because I think I'm going to have to deal with him messing with me. Oh, cool. He got GP. He almost got Shaco as well. So now in hindsight, I don't even need my W. That's kind of funny how that works. Oh, well. He's too low to come and kill me. Malphite played that pretty well. We're going to be mixing in our W since we have it here. I don't think Shaco's going to be here, so I might as well just use it as an auto reset. Auto, W, auto. We also get a bit of damage reduction if the monster happens to be hitting on that half a second window. Shaco ganks and dies. Oh my gosh. My team's going hard. Gonna meditate and we'll head over to the spawn right here. As you can see, we cleared about 4 seconds slower, 5 seconds slower, not having 2 points in Q instead of having to early meditate. We also lost more HP by having to meditate, funnily enough. We'll play for double scuttle. Twitch mid's playing pretty well. He did get first blood though, so that helps a lot. Yeah, we'll take double scuttle. We could even dive enemy bot early. Mastery's early dives are solid if the enemies are squishy enough. This looks good. Exhaust on the Shaco, hit him with an ignite, auto into Q. We get the kill on him, not bad. I kind of want to push this so my bot lane can reset. Tarek's extremely low on health and mana. If he's forced to stay in lane like this, it could end very poorly for us. So they need to just back at health mana items, push that in. Could even dive them here, honestly. I'm sitting on a lot of gold. I don't really want to dive it. But yeah, basically to dive, you'd walk up, auto attack them, take one turret shot, keep autoing, and use Q to dodge the next turret shot. You can use your Q early to dodge the first one, so you auto, and if they go to hit you with an ability, you can Q to dodge the turret shot and their ability as well. It's another solid option. As long as you're dodging a significant amount of damage with your Q, then you're getting good value out of it in a dive situation. So my teammates make a huge mistake. They end up overstaying. I helped them push the wave so Tarek could back since he was a quarter health. But, I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes your teammates are going to do things they know they shouldn't do. Nice! Caitlyn gets a kill. Zeri flashes for it. Minions finish it. I would have killed her if she ran this way, so she kind of had to run back through those two range creeps. Sona's very low. She can't push that wave fast enough, though. It's not possible. Sona's early game's extremely terrible. It's partly why that champion's unviable. If she can make it into the mega late game and have a bunch of items, then sure, she's scary. But for the first 20 minutes of the game, she's very close to useless. Very close indeed. There's not much to gank right now. We're going to focus on full clearing to get level 6. If the enemy bot lane was low, you'd look for a dive, or if Tarek was 6, or if I was 6. We don't really have any of that. Shaco is over ganking. We have double his CS. He's coming to ganks where he doesn't even necessarily think he'll get a kill. That's a huge waste of time to go to. Ganking Caitlyn is very challenging because of her net. Ahri shows up top side, gets a good combo off. She's gonna kill my Twitch. I'm gonna have to R for this. Auto into Q, go behind her. Twitch actually lived there. That's insane. Twitch speed up's so nutty. 10% movement speed for 10 seconds is a bit much. Wow, they had a ward down here to try to avoid the dive. I don't want to go any deeper. I don't want to have to deal with their top lane and Shaco at the same time. And plus my red buff's up. And we farm enemy jungle camps 20% slower than our own, so there's no reason to really stay. Grab crit, longsword, head back out for red buff. We could do dragon from there, or look for a dive bot side with Tarek R. Tarek stun flash into exhaust after the stun ends. Down goes the Zeri. Yeah, I think this is going to be an FF15 from the enemies. They don't have a better late game than we do either. They had to play for the early game while simultaneously having weak early game champions. GP, Ahri, and Sona are not very good early on. I don't know if Zeri is good in general. I haven't seen anything impressive out of that champion a long time. Big damage out of the Twitch. I would like to dive these guys. Yeah, this is diveable. I'm gonna queue for that. Down they go. And that, my friends, is a Tarek dive. Now, Caitlyn did die because she didn't let me tank, because I can reset with Q. But 2 for 1, still pretty good. They're gonna miss the minions as well. We're getting a huge amount of gold from the plates. We'll meditate that. We're chilling. Shaco may be on his way, so I'm going to go ahead and leave. Or at least try to. Right after we get this plate. Oh, yeah, we need to get out of here like now. Shaco could very well be here. She went in for the slow. I don't want to fight this. Oh, I didn't know where Shaco was. He's apparently on Herald. Also don't have R. That's fine. Pretty solid. We have enough for shield bow. Sona way out of position. Twitch is going to kill her. He doesn't need me. I can't catch up. Could go for dragon, but I'm sitting on shield bow boots. Against their team, Merc Treads would be good here. Merc Treads definitely solid, I'd say. With that being said, if I dodge Sona R or Ari Charm or both, then they don't have anything. If it was AP Shaco, I would definitely go Merc Treads here. They'd be triple AP, but instead, they are actually triple AD with the GP Shaco and Ziri. I should be able to semi-consistently dodge Ari Charm and Sona R as is. So I'll push Plated to deal with the GP lethality and whatnot. Shield bow time and a dragon. Tarek finds the dive. Nice. Oh, they didn't follow it all in. I'm not going to start dragon while my teammates are being chased, because if they kill my teammates, they're going to come kill me on dragon. Twitch is on his way. Then we'll kill these guys. They're laying Herald. They're going to greed for this super hard. Yeah, they're in trouble. We'll go for Ziri first. Use the squishiest. Smiter into autos. Auto attack Q. W, auto reset. Into Q. I seem to guess the right one there. Very good for us. Q to the minion to escape. And we're out. Very nice. The minion didn't have anything to auto attack, so instead of just standing still, it kept moving forward after I Q'd it, which is freaking fantastic. Very nice. Get all of our health back rather quickly. It's the power of shield bow. If we had Kraken there, I really do believe we would have died. We would have soaked a little bit too much damage. It blocked 250. Yeah, I think we would have died there without shield bow. Might even be able to get dragon after this. Slowly getting all my health back. Nice. Flame Drag's extremely good if your team has 2 crit champs or 2 Rabadon champs. Our team has 2 crits and a Rabadon champ. We'll get really high value out of this. See if there's any wards, and sure enough there is. Free dragon. I have R. I don't know where Tarek's going. R is going top side. Someone should really stay here to help me with dragon. They could come mess me up. Auto attack in a Q. We dodged its auto. We blocked that auto. We took 8 damage from that because 90% damage reduct for the first half second and the last half second. Super nasty. 8 damage. Whoa! It did such damage as a melee minion. Shaco, not even a full item. He's dead there. Feels bad. From here, what's our best move? Guess we could take Shaco red buff in a moment. I'll head over there right now. I'll save smite for it. True damage his, since I take mine 20% faster than I can take his. Might as well use my autos against this. Might be able to kill him on his red buff. He might go mid first though. Either way, he's losing his red. Oh, never mind. It's warded. Wards usually get vision for 1 to 2 seconds after you break them. If you walk away, they'll actually think you left. I used my sweeper too soon. Should have waited till I saw him, so when I'm chasing him, I'll know where he goes when he teleports. Go and smite that. Very nice. My shield bow's up. I'm pretty safe, even with how deep that I am. GP's a little kind of behind him. So now what we want to do is walk him down. Never mind, Malphite went in. And they quit. GP literally flashed so we couldn't kill him. And that's it, guys. The power of Mr. Tinkles in the jungle. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My name is Kingsticks. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.